Francisco Hernandez is an immigration attorney. Stephen Camarota is Director of Research at the Center for Immigration Studies, and they both join us. Francisco, who is this guy? Judge Orrick, a district court judge, to overturn the government of the United States.
He's a federal judge. That's his job. It's the three branches, the rocks, paper, scissors form of government that we have. He's a federal judge. They're vetted. There's nothing smelly about him. It's the law, quite frankly. It's always been a funding issue with the jails. But look, we're still arguing about political phantom. There is no such thing as a sanctuary city. Everybody's just afraid of it. But what do we move on and come up with a solution?
No, wait a minute. You've said there's no such...
It doesn't exist.
No, wait a minute. You've said there's no such thing as a sanctuary city.
It doesn't exist.
Kate Steinle's murder is about to go to the jury. What would you say?
Has nothing to do with the sanctuary city. Had nothing to do with Sanctuary City. The man who murdered, the murderer, was transferred from Los Angeles County Jail to San Francisco Jail. He didn't go to any Sanctuary City. He was transferred there with an immigration hold after 5 previous deportations. He was taken there and let go because he wasn't picked up within the 48 hours regulation that the immigration hold requires.
Well, if you don't call them sanctuary cities, then what do you call them?
It is a political phantom. A city, a state, a county cannot tell the government you can't come in and take somebody from our custody. It is impossible. It's the federal government's preemption clause. Okay. It cannot happen.
Okay, Stephen, you take that one. According to Francisco, it's a phantom, this idea that there were sanctuary cities.
A political phantom.
No, look, here's what basically happens. Someone beats their wife. They get arrested for drunk driving. They're in a jail. When their fingerprints are submitted, the Immigration Service says, hey, this person's in the United States. He's here illegally. We've deported him in the past, that sort of thing. They say to the local community, the local jail, please hold that person. We're going to come and pick him up within 48 hours. And the community says, no, as a matter of policy, we're releasing him right now. Or we're not even going to inform you when we're going to release you. Because remember, they have proceedings against them. What happened in the case of San Francisco and Kate Steinle is they purposely released them without informing ICE. And that's what a sanctuary city is, bottom line.
And Francisco, there are
ICE doesn't have to wait 48 hours. They can get them anytime they want.
Francisco, there are state judges who won't even allow federal immigration officials in their courtroom. They let the guy out the back of the courtroom.
Oh, there was one instance, and we don't even really know what happened. Look, you can't have the executive branch invading the judicial or the legislative branch. It's a change in culture if we're going to start doing that.
Wait a minute. They're not doing that. This is legal sophistry, Francisco. We've got cities and states who will not enforce U.S. law. So
they cannot contravene it. They cannot go against it. ICE can go pick up anybody they want. We do it every day with drug offenders. We do it every day with illegal deportations.
Stephen, these guys, as you said, they're spousal abusers, they're drunk drivers. These are things that are not, particularly in the current climate, that are not trivial. We're supposed to accept that every dreamer is a high school valedictorian who's just wrapping up his 3rd tour of Afghanistan. That's the myth that Francisco and co have peddled. What's the rationale that these guys... What's the rationale for actually protecting criminals?
Yeah, bottom line is, look, the Obama administration, these are statistics from them, in 2014 and 2015, 17,000 times when a jurisdiction was asked to hold someone, they purposefully, as a matter of policy, released them before the 48 hours when ICE could get there. That's the policy of these places. Anybody who supports this is essentially someone who opposes the most basic level of immigration enforcement. And that's essentially what these jurisdictions do. For them, whenever an illegal alien is made to leave the country, even if he's beat his wife or is a drunk driver, that is a tragedy. And that's the outrage here. It's a kind of fundamental lawlessness. Now, I should point out to your listeners, the vast majority of jurisdictions don't do this. There's only about 200. And the ones that the Attorney General is trying to take money away from are the ones that the Obama administration said were so bad. So it's a continuation. This isn't something something Trump has invented. This is the reality. They release thousands of people as a matter of policy who are illegal aliens in jails even after ICE asks them to hold. That's what's happening.
Look, that's just a plain lie. That is just such a deception. It's such a lie.
That's the truth.
They cannot. ICE can pick them up. It is impossible. We put federal holds on people every single day, and every city, every county, every state has to obey it by a matter of policy. You telling me that by a matter of policy, a city can tell the federal government you can't come in and take somebody? That is an absolute lie.
Come on, now you're not being fair. What's happening here is that the jurisdiction is doing the things they do to drunk drivers or someone who beats their wife, or they decide, well, we don't have quite enough case against that person, and then they're supposed to tell ICE, okay, we're going to release this person. Please let us know, and then ICE should go pick them up. And they purposely don't tell ICE.
Francisco,
they don't hold them.
Francisco, do you regard crimes? Yes. The mayor of New York has said he does not regard drunk driving by illegal aliens as a serious crime. Do you feel the same way?
Well, immigration law doesn't consider it as a serious crime worth in and of itself for removal. That's federal law. I don't care what the mayor says. I don't care if he's right or wrong. It's the federal immigration law.
No,
we're talking anything that's punishable more than 90 days is a serious crime.
Well, why is the mayor of New York boasting that drunk drivers should feel safe in his city?
Because we're using tragedies in these situations to advance political interests, and that's what's embarrassing for us. In fact, we're doing that right now on this show. Why don't we move on and agree on immigration reform? You and I can sit down and hammer out a proposal.
We don't agree on immigration reform, Francisco, because essentially you guys are open border guys for whom immigration reform is one of those sly euphemisms that's intended to pull the wool over people's eyes. But thanks for coming on, Francisco. Thank you too, Stephen. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
It's been close to 2 months.